Hello again, my lovely learners. So, we were doing the chapter Reena the Magician, and we are continuing the same one. So, this is the next episode of Reena the Magician, wherein we are going to see what happened when Reena learned the trick. So, just a summary in brief, where we talked about Reena, who was returning from her school and she saw a magician who was playing a trick. She was so impressed and thrilled that she offered some money to the magician for learning the trick, and the magician then told her the magic words which she jotted down in her notebook. So let's read further. Now, what does the magician say? So then pull the cloth away and shower the flowers on your grandfather. He will laugh again. Here's 10 rupees. Please take it. Your grandfather's smile will be my reward. Reward here means a monetary benefit, meaning when you get benefit in terms of money. But here, this guy, meaning the magician, refused to take the money. He said, if this trick works and your grandfather smiles, that would be the reward for him, meaning that would be the money he would get for making a sad person smile. And Reena was so impressed. What did she say? Oh, thank you very much. Now we saw that this was the first episode, section 1. In section 1, Reena met a magician. The magician told her the trick. She jotted down the trick. She offered 10 rupees. Here, as we know, she offered 10 rupees to the magician as a reward. But the magician was very kind and very sensitive that he refused the money. What happened next was that he said that Reena's grandfather's smile or laughter would be his reward. And now it says section 2. Let's read further. The next morning, Reena woke up very early. Her grandfather had already gone for a walk. So next day, Reena, woke up earlier than usual, but she could not find her grandfather as he had already left for the walk. She stood at the door waiting for him to come back. Next to her was a glass of water and a piece of red cloth. Her mother was puzzled. What do we mean by puzzled? Confused. It means confused, that she was utterly confused as to what Reena was doing. As the sun rose, meaning the sun was rising, it was early morning as it is mentioned, behind the trees, Reena's grandfather returned. So the grandfather has come back, and this is the conversation between the granddaughter and the grandfather. Who's the granddaughter? Reena, obviously. So what does Reena tell? Dadu, Dadu, I have learned a magic trick. As we all know, in our Indian culture, Dadu words represents grandfather, paternal grandfather. Paternal meaning side of your father or papa as we call. And Dadu asks a question. What is it? And Reena's mother, who's very baffled and perturbed and confused, she asks, Reena, what is the water for? Nobody knows what Reena is going to do. And they all are in a fix, and they are unable to guess what is she up to. So Reena starts her magic. Butter and mellow, I am a good fellow. Afternoon showers, give me some flowers. Reena, no, stop. So the mother has some idea that that Reena is going to spill some water, and the mother tries to stop her, but it's too late before Reena stops. So let's see what happens next. So yeah. All right. I'm so sorry, the window just closed on its own. I'm just going to open it. Yeah, now it's clear and visible to all of you, I guess. So Reena opened her eyes and swung her arm. Swung meaning to rotate, to move her arm with all her strength. Strength means, this word strength over here, it means power. Her mother tried to stop her. In the confusion, water splashed everywhere, meaning it spread everywhere. There were no flowers, only water. Both Reena and her mother were thoroughly wet. Thoroughly means entirely, totally. Reena's grandfather, who had jumped away, as we can see in this picture, that the grandfather had jumped away from both the girls, both the ladies. Both Reena and her mother were thoroughly wet. Reena's grandfather, who had jumped away, started laughing. Seeing him laugh, Reena and her mother started laughing too. The magic had worked, but in a different way. Dadu, you are laughing. Oh, I'm so happy. So we see how this story ends, that even if grandfather didn't get wet or didn't understand the magic trick, or even if the magic trick failed, it brought a cheer, a joy, a smile on the grandfather's face, who had been sad for so long. So we can see how the magic trick, even if it failed, it brought about a smile. So it's not difficult to bring a smile on somebody's face if you take the efforts. It is all about the efforts we take in life for our loved ones. You all can see your grandparents, sacrificing so many things for you, waking up early in the morning, cooking breakfast for you, or your mother cooking breakfast for you, getting you ready, waking you up like 10 times in the morning. All these are what? These are efforts to make you smile, efforts to make your life simpler. And this is what Reena tried to do. That she, thought out of thought about a way to make the grandfather smile, and even if it didn't work, it still worked. So in the end, what matters is our effort. What matters is the zeal that we have in ourselves to make others smile. After this, we'll go through the questions and answers, and we will discuss it through the worksheet so that you can do it in your notebook. So I will tell you the pattern as to how you have to do the work in your notebook, so that you all can start with the work without further delay. Happy learning and happy reading. Bye bye.